What is the...
Oh, I'm scared.
What is the pain in me you wish you could heal, and why?
Oh. Do your best impression of me.
Which version of you?
Pick the version you want.
Really? Oh, okay. Oh, I love that. Like, that's so nice. And then, like, what happened after that? Oh, okay, yeah. You sure you're okay? Are you hungry? We can get some wings after this. Yeah, I'm down.
I feel like you just gave like all the versions in one. Okay, let me to you. Prinny, I don't like this. No, but how? I don't want you to tell me anything. I don't want you to reassure me. I just want you to listen.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Oh, how do you describe the story of us to others?
Yeah, you love that question, don't you?
Yeah, because you don't fucking talk about me, mate.
Yeah, you have this thing that I just erase you from my life. What's the story? Is there a story behind us? I just feel like we're just cousins that work together.
Yeah. I say the same thing. I'm like, oh yeah, she's my cousin and we do everything together. But I guess there is a story.
What's the story?
That we're like not long lost.
Oh, like the origin.
Yeah, but we never tap into the origin.
You know what? There's an interest because I feel like we've touched on it a bit,
yeah,
but not touched on it.
We erase like.
Do you want to explain the story?
Yeah, just the fact that we were not in contact for like my first 6 years of my life, and then by chance, and that's what's so mad.
Bumped into each other on the train. Tube. A tube, yeah, tube.
She was on the way to pick me up from gymnastics, and she's like, "I've got something to tell you." I was like,
did she tell you there and then?
Yeah, I was on the way home and she was like, I bumped into your aunties. And I was like, I got aunties? I was like, whoa.
Like, secret family.
She was like, yeah, and you're going to go meet them. You're going to go meet one of them and her children and they're your cousins. And I was so excited. I was like, whoa, I got family. Like, cause obviously I don't have any family here. So it was just so exciting. But like, it's just so weird how the world works. Like, if that didn't happen...
This wouldn't happen.
This wouldn't happen. Like, would you have known of me?
It could have you could just been living your jolly life. I live my jolly life and we just never knew each other existed.
Like, you could have still come to the same school as me. And like,
yeah, because I still would have actually
done
gone to that school.
And then I just wouldn't have known that you were literally my family.
Walking past you every day.
That's
how
insane.
Crazy. Oh, when do you feel closest to me and why?
When do I feel closest to you and why?
Should I go?
Go on.
I feel closest to you when you're being truly vulnerable.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, I mean, a lot of people, I do the same thing in life. You feel like you have to not put on a facade, but like a tough act and it's fine. But then kind of letting that mask slip and being like, you know what, I'm not happy with that. Or that's not okay. And just like being raw and real. I'm like, come in. I know it's a safe space. Come in. Give me a hug.
That's interesting. Yeah. I think I feel very close to you, but I think it's different because I think like you always have a facade or like a mask on. And I feel like there's only been very few, if not near to none, occasions where I've felt that vulnerability from you. I would expect you to feel close to me, but I don't feel that closeness to you because you're not always as open. Which isn't necessarily like a bad thing. It doesn't make me not feel close to you, but And I think sometimes though I do get a bit upset because I'm like, she doesn't tell me anything and I tell her everything. And I'm like, feel very like open with you and like trust you so much. And it's not that I don't feel like you don't trust me. But the closest I felt to you was that time when, you know, the whole situation that happened with the guy. And like I rang you and it was like, I need to call you back. I'm in a really bad place right now. When that whole situation happened, I think I felt I think you trusted me and like you allowed me to be there for you, right. Which I think sometimes you don't always do because you don't tell me things, maybe.
That's so interesting. I find it interesting that you feel like I don't tell you things. I feel like I tell you everything. I feel like the things that maybe I don't tell you that you think I'm hiding are just not relevant things. Like for me, it's like, it's not relevant. For example, it might be like, oh, if I went out and I met a guy and he got my number, that's something that you would want me to tell you. For me, that's not important. It's like, I don't know if I'm going to talk to him next week. This is not news. But in terms of everything in my life, deep things that maybe I've experienced or gone through, I would say you're one of 2 or 3 people that knows everything. But I do understand why you would feel that way. But that being said, I do also agree that I do have I wouldn't really call it a facade or a mask, but I'm very conscious of the things I say. And I think that it probably stems from, I thought about this recently. I feel like when I was growing up as a teenager, I don't feel like I was a nice person.
Right.
And when I think about like in school, secondary school, there are people out there that I'm actually the villain in their story.
Right.
So I got to a point where I was like, I don't want to show up like that. I don't want to present as that. So I have to really be aware of the things I say, my tonality. And maybe I've taken it too left, that I'm like too controlled.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, vibes.
Interesting. What do you think is my biggest fear and why?
I would say you say it all the time, your fear of rejection. Yeah, that's your biggest fear. And I guess the why I'm saying that is because you say it all the time, so that is why. It is sad. It makes me sad when you say that.
Yeah. I think it's more just like, it's not like I'm fearful of being rejected. I think it's more just like, I just can't be bothered to deal with the emotions that are going to come with it. So do you know what, I'd rather it just not happen and I can just avoid it. I don't think that's that much of a fear for me. I think it's more of like not being successful and like, like being stuck where I am like forever and not being able to like have money and like do things is a bigger fear for me than maybe being rejected, and like fearful of like telling people like me, like the real me, and like my history and like my like life story is like a very scary thing for me to tell people, which I won't tell people and I'll like avoid at all costs. There's like a very small amount of people that will know like me down to a T like that. I think that's like my biggest, but maybe you don't know that because it's such a fear.
Yeah, I mean, you never really bring it up. I think you touched on it a little bit recently in a way that I didn't know that was a thing.
I think because I'm still trying to process it as well. Even if like I meet someone, I'm like I feel like I'm lying a lot. Like I'm not making things up, but like I have to lie or like hide things a lot and not say anything, and then like I need to really know, okay, I can trust you, so now I can like let you into my world and open up and be like, well, I'm like this because of this and this and I'm this and you can't come here because of this and like it's a whole situation, and it stays on my mind like from the first time like I meet someone. I'm like, oh my god, wow. There's this whole thing that I feel like I'm gonna have to like tell them, but I don't have to tell anyone. It's so weird. But that would be my biggest fear, actually. God, I feel like this is really bad. It makes me seem like a bad cousin. What is your biggest fear? I don't know if this is going to be triggering. Not being able to have children.
Yeah, I would say
or like not being able to
not
have
be an opportunity to like be a mum.
Yeah.
Less worried about the marriage. No.
But just being a mum.
Yeah, I really want to be a mum.
Yeah. And I do really love that for you. And you know, like God willing, everything will be fine and you will be. Don't see why not.
I don't see why not.
But yeah, I think that's like...
That's what was in my mind,
I am a good cousin.
Yeah.
I do know. My guy.
When have you seen me the most vulnerable, and what did it teach you about loving me?
There's been 2 occasions, and on both occasions, like, you're just like me. And that you're not this big old strong hard nut girl, like you're very soft and stuff, and that actually we have so much more in common than we think we do, and we've lived such similar life experiences. So I think it just maybe taught me to be like maybe a bit more gentle with you, a bit more softer. And I think that's what brings us close together. Like we have this like unwritten thing of like we have shared experiences that only we know, and no one can take that away from us.
Please do.
Please do. And it's just it's just like we're alike, and we just have this thing between us. Which is like gorgy in like the most negative ways. Like it's like, oh, it's so sad that that's what brings us close together, you know. What is the
I'm scared.
What is the pain in me you wish you could heal, and why?
Oh. What's the pain in you I wish you could heal?
I don't even think I have a pain.
I can't think of like succinctly think of a pain that I would say it would be this. But I do feel like you have a broken inner child in you that you really suppress, and it manifests itself in different ways. And I think even before starting with healing, I would want you to acknowledge any feelings that you have to yourself, because it's okay to feel them. Like you don't have to be okay. You don't have to be like, oh, like I had this life and it's fine. Like it's what it is. It's like it's okay to actually just acknowledge that, you know what, that was hard for me, or that was this, and Oh, this is a lovely question. What is your greatest hope for me?
Oh, honestly, that you just that you have like this family, like this unit, like a husband, kids, you got Ralph, like picket fence.
Ralph is a dog.
Ralph is a dog. Picket fence, daisies in your garden, like you got a baby on your hip, the other one's on the swing, and you're just so happy. Like obviously successful, like stay-at-home Pilates mum kind of thing.
Love.
Well, maybe not even stay at home. Like you might have your own business,
but
like,
side hustle.
You work when you want to work. You know what I mean? Like you're that bitch. That's what I want for you. And is that the question?
Yeah, your greatest hope for me.
That's my greatest hope for you, and because I know that like you really do yearn for that, and like you deserve that, and I know you'd be so amazing at that.
Thank you.
And I'm not saying that that's all like my hopes for you. Obviously, my hopes for you, like you're happy in the rest of your life and you're successful and like everything with us works out. But honestly, it would bring me so much joy to see you in that position, because you would, oh my God, you'd literally suck it, like you'd love it. And I know that would love you back, kind of thing. Like that's my greatest hope for you. And you know, we can like go in the park with our babies together, or with just your babies. But yeah, I think that's my biggest hope for you.
I feel like I have like so many hopes for you. I'll start with, I hope that you have the penny drop moment where you finally find that thing in life, that just pure happiness and peace in all aspects, not feeling, and insecure is not really the word. I mean, insecurity kind of goes in so many different areas, not just emotionally, but actually feeling really stable and secure. And obviously you have your man that loves you down. That's a given, but I just hope that like from within, you have all those feelings that you're like, you know what, you look around and life is good.
I'm happy, babe.
I'm happy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like I really want to give you a hug. Give me a hug after. Why do you love me?
Oh. Why do I love you? Because I don't have to. Because you know what I mean? Sometimes you say like love, like, oh, you're my cousin. It's like, I don't.
Yeah.
I think I love you because you're my cousin. I love you because of who you are. I love you because I don't even know if this is answering the question, but there's so many things in you that I see that I admire and that inspire me because of the differences.
Yeah.
And I just love you. I don't know if I can explain it. This is hard.
Yeah, it is hard. I'm trying to think but I think what you first said, because I don't have to love you.
I don't have to, but I do, but why?
Yeah, because again, like, love is a choice. Like, you wake up every day and you choose to love someone, and I choose to love you. Because I can love you as well. I have that privilege to love you and like know the person you are and like love you to like even your bad days and like your good days.
The good and the bad.
And still see like how great you are and be like, I still love you. Also, I just realised we never really say it to each other a lot. We don't really say love you. I love you.
I
like,
think when we do, it's like it's not from a like I love you.
Yeah.
It's just I'm about to hang up the phone. Love you, bye.
Yeah.
Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
You know, in
but
that setting.
It's a privilege for me to be able to love you.
Likewise.
I feel like that's why I love you.
That's why you love me. You cute little girl.
I know.
If you enjoyed that conversation at the end, visit theskindeep.com/shop where you'll find more of our products to create the space to explore the relationships that are most important to you.